All right, this is a dish you definitely have to face head on. Sorry. All right, I couldn't resist. Those are halibut cheeks. All right, I know they kind of look like scallops, but they're actually really sweet, succulent pockets of meat from the cheek of the halibut. And we'll talk more about those later, but really, really nice product. I bet you can find them if you try. All right, I'm going to do this with a pancetta vinaigrette. So I have about 3 ounces of Italian bacon, also known as pancetta. And I got some nice pea sprouts or shoots. I think those are from snow peas, actually. But any pea shoot's going to work. I got a lemon, and I got a garlic. All right, let's slice up our pancetta in about 1/2-inch pieces. You know the trick. Put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes before you try to slice it. So much easier. All right, so slice that up. Now we're going to mix up our vinegar mixture for later. This is 1/3 cup of seasoned rice vinegar. You know how much I like my rice vinegar. It's got a nice little sweet sour flavor already. Squeeze in your lemon. All right, so that's 1 lemon, 1/3 cup of vinegar. Now, if you don't have rice vinegar, you can't substitute other vinegars. It's not going to be sweet enough. So fine rice vinegar, it's at every store. Barely a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. All right. And I started mixing that, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? I'm going to use a whip on this in a second anyway. All right, the garlic. I just want you to give it 1 little pound with the knife. I want it to kind of stay together. I want you to crush it a little so it flavors, but I want it to kind of stay whole so I can pull it out later. And that is basically it. So like I said, take your whip, mix it till the mustard's all mixed in. Just takes a couple seconds. And then just save that for later, and we're going to do that dressing right in the same pan we cooked the fish. All right, so here's how the process starts. On a low flame. All right, you got to do this slowly. On a low flame, I want you just to slowly cook that pancetta. That delicious oil is going to render out. The pancetta is slowly but surely going to crisp up. I like to kind of keep it together as I go. I think it works better. And then in the meantime, while that's crisping up, salt and pepper your fish. I use some cayenne pepper on mine, salt, black pepper. Salt definitely is a must, but the pepper's optional. All right, so about 10 minutes later on low, I had some beautiful crispy pancetta. Now I'm going to pull out the pancetta and reserve that. But I don't want you to take any of that oil out of the pan. We are going to cook the fish right in that pancetta oil. So I turned it up to medium-high, just till I started seeing a few wisps of smoke, and in go my halibut cheeks. Now halibut cheeks, again, I'm going to keep saying they're very similar to scallop in how you cook them. So it only takes a couple minutes on each side. All right, so again, you're going to cook to your desired doneness. But I like my fish kind of medium. So that for me, that was only like 2 minutes on each side. All right, those were done. I'm going to put those on a warm plate. And to finish this dish, very quick and very easy, we are going to leave all that delicious pancetta oil in the pan. That's basically going to be the oil for our vinaigrette. And we're going to add our vinegar mixture. Now what's going to happen, there's something in the mustard and along with the acid, it's going to actually form kind of a chemical reaction here. It's going to emulsify or suspend all that pancetta oil into the dressing. So it's not going to look like separated oil and vinegar. It's going to actually be a kind of a nice emulsified sauce here. So I got my heat on low. See, I don't want to cook this too much and reduce it down to a syrup. That would be too strong. So I just want you to keep it on low and give it a good mix. I do want you to take out those garlic cloves. All right, because those did their job. And then we're going to add about half of the bacon back. And I say bacon, pancetta is what I meant. Again, if you can't find pancetta, you can use bacon, not a problem. And that basically is a finished warm pancetta vinaigrette. We'll save the rest of that for the top of the fish. Now I'm going to turn the heat off. And the last step here, I just want to wilt those pea shoots. And this is only going to take all of 30 seconds, okay? So just, again, the heat's off. Just toss it in the warm dressing, and you'll see, though, the stems of the sprouts will be very stiff when you start, and about 10-15 seconds later, they'll start to get a little bit soft, and then you're done. And then to present, I did some beautiful spaghetti squash that I show in another demo. That was my base. A couple of those cheeks I put on there. All right, I put my sprouts that are just barely wilted, a couple tablespoons of that delicious, amazingly flavorful pancetta dressing. All right, and then throw a little bit of the crumbled pancetta on top. And really, really nice. I mean, the texture, you got that kind of starchy, sweet squash underneath. Nice low-carb alternative to the mashed potato or the rice you were going to use. The pancetta, a little bit crisp on top. The wilted sprouts give it a little nice fresh green flavor. and those just delicious halibut cheeks. And if you can't find halibut cheeks, well, try harder. All right, but if you can't find them, you can just use regular halibut. You could use scallops in this. Even a piece of tuna would be fine. Okay, anything that has a kind of a firm flesh is going to be nice. Swordfish maybe. But anyway, give this a try. It is nutritious. It's delicious. It's extremely colorful, and I hope you give it a try. Enjoy.